Hi everyone, I'm Lizzie and welcome to my garden here at the Rose Press. I thought it'd be a really good idea to share with you how I designed my garden, and it's definitely still work in progress. I've been in the house nearly coming up to I think 3 years this spring, but the first summer that I moved in it was literally just mud. So the first summer was just putting down grass seed and letting that get established. And then following that, I have had 2 summers of growing. So the first summer was like digging borders and getting it all prepared. Second summer was this summer just gone, where I grew loads of flowers. So I'm excited to share with you how I did that. And I know a lot of you have been buying some of the packs I've got, and we can grow them all together. But it's been developing over time, and as someone who is a single home owner and someone who is a first time buyer, not everything can happen straight away. Obviously funds limited, and it's also really good fun to do it slowly and over time. So I just wanted to show you how I designed my garden, and I've actually got quite a weird shaped garden, so I'm going to try and show you on here. So let's just say my house is there. It then goes up and I have a little bit around the corner, which I'll come on to talk about. So if you're if you're designing a garden and you've got a new build, the best thing to do is just roughly sketch out to start with, and then after that go and measure everything, and obviously make sure that it is lovely and accurate. So this is kind of how my garden looks. So this is the house here. I'm probably sitting right here with a garage behind me. And then I've got a little thin bit at the back, and then this area over here that goes like that. And what I did when I first thought about designing my garden was I literally just drew borders all the way around the edge in a straight line, and I'm so glad I didn't do that, because one of the things I was taught was that the bigger the borders are, the more full your garden will feel. If you just do a thin strip around the edge, it will look bare, and yes, you'll have more lawn, which I know is important for some people, but if you want it to look full, then you need to make sure that you bring the borders in and add some different elements to your garden. So one of the things I learnt was to do a circular lawn. So I did a circle kind of oval shape, and then I was able to make borders that came in like that. I'm sitting here on my table just here, and then had a border here with a little pathway just with grass to the back there, and that's where those two chairs are there. So I had a little path that can make sure I have access round to the back. I had this full border. This isn't size. So this is a border, this is a border, and this is a border. And for my first year, I left it as a circular grass border, and then I just left this as grass. I was like, I'm just going to focus on getting these borders dug, get lots of really nice organic matter in them, and to focus on it. I had to do it step by step. I didn't have the money to do it all at once. And this area around the back here is still pretty much work in progress, and I've got some exciting updates on what I'm going to do there, because a lot of you have heard me talking about putting in a rose pagoda. So yeah, very excited. There's a separate video on that. And then once I had spent some time in the garden, understood like where the sun comes, where I sit in the evenings, where I sit in the mornings, I found that like now in the morning I get a lot of sun here, but in the evening all of the sun comes at the back. So in winter I've left my table and chairs here, because it's likely that I'll get the sun in the winter. In the morning I'll spend more time out here, but then in the summer when the sun was in the evening, I've moved my table and chairs over there. And what I found was that where I was walking was from my back doors here, my French doors, all the way across and to my garage door, which is just here. And I just found I was constantly doing that, so I figured I needed a path to do that so that I could do that, which I've now got in. And then from there, this was currently grass, and I just wanted more space to grow flowers, so I've got a little path along the back there, and then I created a path because I've got a walkway from here. So I then created 2 more flower beds, which are the ones behind me. And what I thought was it's nice to keep the curve going from this circular lawn, so I kept the edge of the borders as well. And what I've done is I've planted lavender all the way along here and all the way across there as well, just so in the summer it's got a really nice way that you can walk through. So my top piece of advice is don't just do strips around the edges. Try and think of a shape. Maybe I could have done, this is getting messy now, I'm not going to paper, but I could have done a diamond and had 4 borders here. I could have done it so I had it in 4s like that with maybe like a sculpture or something in the middle if you're not bothered about having grass. There are so many different ideas you can do, but please just don't put them around the edge. It gives you loads more space. But yeah, that was kind of my thinking behind how I got the general structure of my garden. And then from then on, now that this is all established, I'm widening my borders even more because I was a bit guilty of doing really thin borders to start with. And then I will be doing this bit round the back, which I'm just going to tell you about now because I'm here. So one of the things I did in this area was built a circular border here, which I had a little big pot, which I then surrounded with catmint, which looked beautiful in the summer. And that meant that if I was sitting on my white chairs just here, I had something to look at and to draw attention to the end, because it is round the corner. People can't see it straight away, but you have to walk around to see it. So if you're standing over here, you can see it, and it did look really nice. And one of the things I want to do is put in a rose pergola over the top here, and I think it would just add some height to my garden. I've got a massive oak tree, so it means it's really hard to find trees that will be able to compete effectively and add height. So I think a rose pergola is a really good way to do that. And my plan is it's got 4 posts. I'm going to grow some roses obviously up there, maybe a wisteria too. And then what I'm going to do along this side and this side of it is grow loads of sweet peas and have them climbing up the sides, so that I can try all of the new sweet pea varieties that I want to put in my collections for next year. And I think it will look beautiful and also smell amazing. And then when I move my table and chairs from here to the back of this area, I'll probably have half under the rose pergola and then half sticking out. And it will just give a really cozy, lovely area to sit and make it a really cozy area. Have the barbecue up there as well. So that was a bit of a ramble from me about how I design my garden. There are obviously loads of garden designers. If you're unsure of what to do with your space, even if you just pay them for an hour to come around and have a look and just give you some ideas and do some rough sketches like this, it is so worth it. Don't, if you know you want to get into gardening, yes, give it a go and just get started, but also just take the time to think and get that structure in place before you start. If you've got any more questions, then let me know. I'll probably do another video on garden design in the future as well. So if you've got any questions, I'll make sure I include them next time. But designing garden is so much fun. I've absolutely loved it, and I've loved doing it in stages. So if you're looking at a blank canvas and you're a bit nervous about where to start, don't worry, just do it in small chunks, work out your general structure, and then go from there. Thanks for listening.